Hello everyone, myself Anamika Goyal, Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering AIML. In today's lecture, we'll discuss about the topic Connectionless Protocol UDP in Transport Layer. In this lecture, first we'll be discussing about the topic Introduction to UDP. After that, we'll discuss UDP header, then applications of UDP, and at last we'll discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of UDP protocols. So without further delay, let's start our topic UDP. In transport layer, we have two most important protocol, that is user datagram protocol UDP and TCP transmission control protocol. Out of these protocol, the first will be discussing about the user datagram protocol. User datagram protocol, it is a connectionless protocol. Now, what did it mean connectionless? The meaning of connectionless, UDP does not establish any kind of data between sender to receiver before transmitting the data. UDP works just like a postal service. It means suppose I want to send a letter to my friend. So without establishing any kind of connection, first we'll write a letter, then put it into the envelope and send to the postal services. So just like a UDP, without establishing any kind of connection between sender to receiver, it accepts the data from higher layer, that is application layer, and encapsulate it into the UDP header and send these datagram from server machine. So this is what this is connectionless service. Similarly, UDP, it is an unreliable protocol. Now, what did it mean unreliable? Here, unreliable mean UDP does not provide the guarantee of delivery of packet from receiving side. So, suppose I want to send multiple datagram from sender to receiver. It may be possible that one or two packet get lost. So, UDP does not take care about it. Next, UDP enable process to process communication. We already discussed that transport layer provide process to process communication services. It is also known as end-to-end delivery. To provide process to process or end-to-end delivery, it is mandatory that we use port number which is assigned by each process to an operating system. UDP has a simple header format. It contains only 4-bit information, 4-bit field. UDP packets are transmitted independently and can take different route through the network to reach their destination. Because UDP protocol does not establish any kind of connection between sender to receiver before transmitting the data. So UDP support datagram services. Datagram services mean when receive a packet from application layer, it will divide into smaller segment. This process is called segmentation, and UDP attach its header from each segment and send it to the receiver side. It may be possible each packet can take different route to reach their destination, and UDP does not take care about the ordering of these packet because in UDP header does not use sequence number field. So we know that UDP is a connectionless protocol, unreliable protocol, and also does also support datagram oriented service. So which kind of application basically utilize the UDP protocol? So some real time services like computer, gaming, voice over IP, video conferences, continuous streaming use user datagram protocol, because in these kind of application our main concern is the faster communications, lower latency. We does not focus about its clarity. So these kind of application we utilize the UDP protocol. Now we'll discuss about the UDP header. So if I am talking about the UDP header, basically UDP transfer data between sender to receiver side in the form of datagram. The UDP datagram is basically divided into two parts. First one is the header field and second one is the payload field. Now what did it mean? Payload. Payload is actually the pure data which is received from higher layer, that is application layer. Now UDP header part is fixed, that is an 8-byte information, right? So UDP header is fixed, which is an 8-byte. The remaining portion, remaining part of this datagram will occupy what? Occupy the payload. That is an actual data. So actually, that is what? That is 2 raised to the power 16 minus 1. So what is it? That is 655 35 byte information. That is 655 35 byte information is used to store the actual data in UDP datagram, right? Now we'll discuss about the UDP header first. The first field of UDP header is source port number. Now what is port number? We know that port number, it is a 16-bit number which is used to identify source in a network, right? So this 16-bit information is basically used for that purpose, used to identify the source port number uniquely in the network. Similarly, destination port, this is also used to uniquely identify the destination port number in a computer network. Now, what it means 16-bit? The meaning of 16-bit is the range of port number is between 0 to what? 0 to 2 raised to the power 16 minus 1. It means the range of port number is what? 0 to 65535. Out of these, 0 to 103, that is known as well-known port number, which is reserved. Like suppose I want to send mail sender to receiver side. So here we use simple mail transfer protocol, which port number is 25, right? Similarly, some port number are registered port number. Suppose I want to send a message using datagram oriented services. So in that case, it may be possible in my machine at a time running multiple applications. So which application is used to transmit data to identify that operating system assign a unique port number to each application. So this port number is used as source port number. Similarly, if I am sending a datagram to receiver, it may be possible in receiving side, it may be possible that multiple applications running on receiving machine. So which application process should receive that data? This is also identify with the help of destination port number, right? So with the help of source port number or destination port number, UDP provide process to process or end-to-end delivery of the packet. Next field of datagram, that is in 16-bit field, that is length. It is also known as total length field. This field represent the total length of datagram. This is 16-bit field. Here 16-bit is used to represent the size of datagram which contain header or payload field. Here we know that out of 16, 8-bit are used for that for header purpose. The remaining 8-bit is used to and the remaining 8-bit is used to store the payload. It means if I am talking about the size of datagram, that is 2 raised to the power 16 minus 1. It means the minimum size of UDP datagram is 0 to, at max value is what? At max value is 6 double 5 3 5, right? 65535. Out of these 65535, 8-byte is fixed for what? 8-byte is fixed for header. So remaining 6 double 5 3 5 minus 8 is equals to what? Is equals to 6 double 5 27 byte information is used to represent payload, actual data received from higher layer, that is application layer. I hope you understand. And the last field of UDP header is checksum. Checksum field is used for error control and detection purpose. If I'm talking about the data link layer, so for error control and detection, we use CRC bit, cyclic redundancy check. And for transport layer, for error control and detection purpose, we'll use checksum field. Right? This is an optional field in UDP header. Next, we'll discuss about the applications of UDP. UDP protocol is widely used for continuous byte streaming. It means UDP protocol is widely used for continuous byte stream, or we can say it's a real time applications for online gaming. Those applications where we require lower latency and faster communication, we can use UDP protocol. UDP is a simple request response protocol. When the size of the data is small, then we can use UDP protocol also. UDP protocol is used for multicasting or broadcasting communication. It means if a person send multiple packet at once, so in that case, before establishing any kind of connection between sender to multiple receiver, we can directly send data. For faster communication in broadcasting and multicasting, we use user datagram protocol. UDP take a datagram from network layer and attach its header and send it to the user, so it work fast. So for real-time communications, for online gaming, for a continuous byte streaming purpose, we can use user datagram protocols. Now we'll discuss about the advantages of UDP. UDP it is a simple protocol because of its header. It provides speed because UDP does not establish any kind of connection between sender to receiver before transmitting the data, so it can support faster communication with lower latency. Third one is broadcast support. UDP protocol provide broadcasting and multicasting services because it can transmit data with lower latency and without establishing any kind of connection. When we want to transmit a small packet of data using datagram services, so we can use UDP protocol. Next one is the disadvantages of UDP. First disadvantages of UDP is no reliability. It means UDP does not provide a guarantee of delivering of a packet from receiver side. Second one is no congestion control. UDP protocol does not provide any congestion control mechanism. The meaning of congestion control is here that it can send packet at a rate that can create a congestion in a network. Does not provide any kind of congestion control mechanism. UDP protocol it also does not support a flow control approach. It can overwhelm the receiver with the packet that can create create a problem that cannot be handled in the receiving side. So these are some disadvantages of UDP protocol. These are some references which can use in my presentation, that is data communication and networking by Frausen, computer network by Tannenbaum. This is all about in my side. Thank you for watching my video.